Hello everyone, my name is Zulfa Maulida. Today I would like to share about essay questions and the steps to make essay questions. The first is, what is essay question? Essay question is a type of task that asks students to write the answer in their own words. In this task, student needs to show how they can organize and explain their idea clearly and logically. And there are two types of essay questions. The first is extended response. In this type, student needs to write a longer answer and they need to analyze, give their own opinion and reasoning. The second is the short answer. Means that student only needs to write a short and direct responses and the answer usually based on the text or given information. There are some advantages and disadvantages of essay question. So what is the advantages of essay questions? The first is students are less likely to guess the correct answer because they must write and explain the idea of their answer. And the second is essay tasks are easy to construct for teacher because it doesn't require complex alternative like in multiple choice. The third is this type of task encourage students to study more deeply because the test is focusing on understanding and connect the idea rather than just memorizing the informations. The last is essay questions allow students to organize their knowledge and express their opinion and also help a teacher to see how their student think and communicate. However, essay questions also have some disadvantages. The first is they can cover only small amount of the material, which means they may not represent all the content have been taught in the class, and this also affect to the validity because the validity is decreased. And in addition, scoring can be subjective and unreliable because teacher may interpret the answer differently or maybe because of the missing grammar and etc. And finally is essay tasks are time consuming to score, especially when there are many students in the class. Next is step in designing essay questions. The first is deciding the indicators for each of the questions. So before we make the questions, we must know what is the purpose of these questions by deciding the indicators for the questions. And one questions need one indicators and one indicators can be assessed in more one questions. And after that we can design the questions. After designing the questions, we can decide the score for each questions because the level of difficulties of each questions is different. So we must know what is the hard level of difficulties, which one is the medium and which one is the easier, and we adjust the score based on the level of difficulties. And after that is designing the answer key. We need the key answer to help us maintain our objectivity while assessing the student answers, and also this is more easier to have the key answer in the process of assessing student answer. The last step in designing essay questions is designing scoring rubric for each questions. For example, if there are 5 questions, so there will be 5 key answer and 5 scoring rubric for each key answer. For example, like this, in the questions number 1, maximum score is 15. And student can get 15 if they can describe the main idea correctly in a good grammatical sentence. But they also can get 10 if they construct the sentence in a simple way but there is no grammatical errors. But also they can get 5 if there are any grammatical errors, and they can get 2 if they use 2 simple sentences and there are a lot of mistakes. So the functions of the scoring rubric is to differentiate student score based on their answer, of course, by using the certain category like this. This is just for the example. So we can adjust the categories based on our questions. So that's all the step in designing essay questions. Thank you very much for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alright, for the next presentation, it will be delivered by me. I would like to present it about the matching text. Here we go. Go to the first slide. What is the matching text meaning? Matching tasks or matching question are a type of task item that contains two columns, one column of stems or premises and one column of responses or answers. Participants are asked to match each stem or question with the appropriate answer. These questions are efficient, effective for testing factual memory, like names, experimental result, etc., especially in subjects with a lot of facts. There are five types of matching tasks. The first one is terms with definitions, where students match a word with its meaning or definition. And the second is phrases with other phrases, which means matching to related expressions. The third is cause and effect, where we connect an event with its result. The fourth type is parts with larger units, for example, matching body parts with the system they belong to. And the last one is problems with solutions, problems and solution, where students find the correct solutions for each problem. That's the answer. On the right side here, there are of the slide. There are example of matching tasks. Column A contains statements or premises, or we can say the stem, and column B contains the possible answers, or we can say responses. So students have to match each statement in column A with the correct answer in column B. When we make a matching test or task, there are several important things to remember. First, we need to conclude clear directions so that students know exactly what they to do. Second, use items that are related to each other. This helps students focus on one topic at a time. Third, avoid giving grammatical clues that can make the answers too obvious. Also, the left column should clearly show the questions or statements. Next, we must make sure that learning objectives match the matching task. In other words, the task should measure with what we really want students to learn. Then use short and simple sentence in the answer column so a student can read them easily. And finally, arrange the answers in a logical order, either alphabetically or chronologically. The matching task is very easy to make and also easy to score it. It is good for checking how well students can connect or associate their ideas, terms, or facts. Just like multiple choice questions, it gives students a set of questions and possible answers to choose from. But maybe multiple choice question, it's a different instruction or step. Another good thing is that this type of test can cover a lot of material in a short time. It works really well for subjects that contain many facts such as history, science, or vocabulary. Also, it helps reduce the effect of guessing. Although when students start matching more items, the chance of guessing right can increase. To solve this problem, we can simply add more answer options. However, there are also some disadvantages. Most matching tasks focus mainly on memorization, so they are not very effective for testing higher thinking older skills. And for students, answering matching tasks can sometimes take a lot of time, as well as if we use commercial answer sheets, we can usually only fit around five options, which limits the number of matches we can make. That is, the matching task is assessed by awarding 1 point. This is like a scoring rubric. So the assess from the matching test is just awarding 1 point for each correctly matched pair, then calculating the total score based on the number of correct answers compared to the number of questions. Thus, the participants' final score can be obtained by comparing the number of correct answering the total number of items, then converting it into a percentage.